Right, let's talk about what we saw involving the English sides. We'll start with Arsenal, 2-0 winners over Olympiacos. Left it late to make absolutely sure, but 2 wins from 2 in the Champions League, and the momentum continues, Sue.
Yeah, not bad, is it? 2 wins from 2, and your first half especially, I'd say the first 30 minutes, they were brilliant. The way that they were knocking the ball around, Ødegaard absolutely running the show, just looking to play forward and causing all sorts of problems. And you just felt, though, at 1-0, they just needed that second goal just to relax a little bit. I thought Olympiacos were probably going to come to the Emirates and maybe sit back and look to be sort of defensive and well organised and look to hit on the break. Not at all. They didn't do that. And Arsenal exploited that space in the first half. Second half, Olympiacos was so much better. They really took the game to Arsenal, created some really good opportunities. And again, you probably forget, at the end of the game, but David Raya made 2 or 3 absolutely outstanding saves at really key points in the game. So, he deserves a lot of credit for that. And then Saka, the finisher, like Arteta likes to say, the substitutes that come on, obviously scored the second goal. The goalkeeper won't want to see that again. It goes through his legs. But he, again, was quality when he come on there. And I just think to have a squad like that, to have the calibre of player to bring on, like, your Saka, Gabriel went down injured, and you just don't have to take any risks when you're Arteta. You can just bring on Mosquera, who comes on and does a brilliant job. So they've got that real strength and depth now, 2 players for every position, and yet 2 from 2, happy days.
Yeah, and they can make 6 changes to the 11, can't they, and still have the likes of Saka and Eze to bring on, as you say, to seal the game. And 6 clean sheets in 9 games as well, so defensively once again looking solid. I mean, can you find any real glaring weaknesses at the moment in this Arsenal setup?
No, you can't. And I know Arteta was criticised for maybe playing a little bit too sort of conservative against the likes of Manchester City, but you can understand why he did that. But he's got those options. He's got the ability to change it when he needs to, the quality of player when he needs to. But defensively, so strong, off the ball, brilliant. And then they've got the real sort of strength up top, the different types of players, different profile of players. I thought Gyökeres was excellent today, really strong, holding the ball up well, and he'll only get better as time goes on. So no, difficult to see a weakness in this side.
A win for Arsenal, a draw only for Manchester City away to Monaco, but Lee, you watched it, 2-2 it finished, 2 Haaland goals. But Pep Guardiola surely is not going to be happy with the way they gave up the lead, not once, but twice.
Yeah, I think disappointing. I mean, listen, the Teze goal was something special to get them back in the game, you'd say. But, I mean, I think just seeing games out, it's just been something that you look at City and feel you have so much possession, good opportunities. They've hit the bar twice, really unlucky. It was a good team performance, though, Jules. I must say, for how much they had the ball, they played with a purpose. They tried to break down Monaco, who played in that sort of back 5 and made it hard for them at times and counter-attacked really well. And then it's just one of them late on in the game. It's just a bad call to raise your foot in the box. You're going to put yourself under massive scrutiny. And Nico did that, and Dyer just got in front of him. But as soon as you see it's a high boot in the box, you're in all sorts of trouble, and that's where the penalty came. And Dyer stepped up. Credit to him, because it was so late on in the game. There was a lot of disruption at the time, and stuck it in that far corner, sending Donnarumma the wrong way. But there'll be disappointment for Pep, knowing that, like you say, you dominate the game for that long period and you don't just see it out and kill the game off. And that's probably where they've had their flaws over the last season. So massive point for Monaco, and not so massive for Man City.
It's a win out there. What are your thoughts?
Well, very happy obviously with the win and the clean sheet against, as we predicted, a very tough opponent. I think we started the game very, very good. Scored the goal, had some big chances that in the Champions League don't put them away. After you're going to suffer, and then we had a period in the game we became a little bit open. We needed a big save from David in one action to keep the clean sheet. But overall, after 3 days and the game that we had to play in Newcastle, credit to the boys the way we performed.
Is that something that you might take from this game in terms of reassess, and how do you work on it in terms of, you mentioned there, closing the chances and the opportunities that you get, especially maybe latter parts of this competition?
Yes, because we know that it's all about the boxes. Their team, they don't need much, and they arrived 3 or 4 times and they looked a real threat. So when you have those big chances, you have to put them in the net. If not, like we had in the last 10 minutes, we had to dig in very, very deep to control them and at the end to earn the right to win the game.
Well, look, it's 14 home games that you've now won here at the Emirates in the league phase of this Champions League stage and kept 11 clean sheets on the way. Is that progress? It must be music to your ears.
Well, that's very difficult to do, so credit to the boys. The consistency we show in this competition against very tough opponents, and we go again on Saturday.
Martin Ødegaard looked a man on a mission tonight. He almost looked back to his best out there. Would you agree?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. I think he influenced the game in a manner that is very important with us because he continued to play forward, carrying the ball, putting people through on goal, and generated some big chances for his teammates. He should have scored a goal as well in the big open chance that he'd had. So very good to have him back at this level.
Look, we know the narrative of the strength and depth that you've got, but do you find that your squad are actually thriving off this? They're stepping up to the mark.
They do, and they all know that they have a chance to play. To maybe made 6 changes, and I want everybody to be big part of that. The players came in as well to help when the team was still lacking a bit of rhythm and needed to re-energize. The client comes in, Neps, Bukayo, Mosquera, anybody that comes in, Jurian brings another dimension to the team. Great to see.
Big Gabby okay? He came off?
Yeah. He was struggling a little bit with, I think it was a kick in the first half, and we decided to take him off.
And then I'm sure your mind probably hasn't wandered to it yet, but West Ham at the weekend, that'll be your 300th game in charge of Arsenal. In this day and age, that's an achievement in itself.
I didn't know that. That's a lot of games for this football club. So, I feel very honoured and a lot of gratitude for everybody that has allowed me to stay for that long here.
William Saliba opens up on Arsenal frustrations and his mission to win trophies. William Saliba has officially committed his long-term future to Arsenal, signing a new 5-year contract and turning down interest from European giants like Real Madrid. But for the French defender, this decision wasn't just about loyalty, it was about unfinished business. Speaking candidly about his journey so far with the Gunners, Saliba made it clear,